I have been in charge of this project for the last few months. Let me start up by briefly introducing myself first. Good morning. I'm glad to be here with you today. Please have a seat. Let's get the ball rolling. We are here today to go over our business strategies. I have been preparing hard for this presentation. Thank you for coming. I'm Amy from the marketing department. The topic of my presentation today is our business objectives. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to be here today. I hope this talk will provide you with some basic knowledge of our technology. Let's get the show on the road with an overview of our marketing plans. Let me begin the presentation by showing you some numbers. I'd like to open up by asking you a question. Let's get the ball rolling by giving you a brief outline of the presentation. I'd like to present some interesting findings to you about our latest technology. I have three important parts in my presentation. They are as follows. Let's take a look. What I'm pointing out here is that we need to focus on the important industrial issues. My presentation will last about 10 minutes. Let me begin the presentation by showing you some numbers. I'm now on page 10 of the booklet. Refreshments will be provided for you during the break. Please feel free to ask any questions as we go along. Could you turn to page 10 regarding the marketing plans? Now, I will distribute some booklets for your information. Did everybody get the paper? I'm glad to take any questions at the end of my presentation. Let's get back to the previous slide for clarification. This booklet contains additional data and information so that you may have a better understanding of the situation. Let's move on to the next page. We will take a short break for 10 minutes after the presentation. However, our market share has gone down from 30% to about 15%. The vertical axis shows the sales volume. Let me return to what I was talking about before. Despite current economic difficulties, we exported $100 million to China last year. Now I want you to look over here. On the left side, you can see this graph. The horizontal axis represents the time period. Although the competition was stiff, we managed to make a profit. FYI, let me show you this graph. Let me go over what I covered today. As you can see, profits rose 10% to $10 million. I can't reveal that information at this time. It's confidential. If there are no other questions, why don't we wrap it up here? This is all I have for you. Thank you for your attention. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you clearly. Could you speak a little louder and more slowly? Is that clear now? Have I made it clear? I hope I've answered your question. I don't have a definite answer to the question now, but we could deal with that issue later via email. Sorry, I didn't catch your question. Could you repeat it, please? If there are no more questions, let's finish up here. I'm not in charge of that. I'm sure my manager can answer that question. That covers everything I wanted to say today.